afternoon, everyone. So my name is Amit Srivastava, and I have around 70 years of industry experience, and around a decade out of that I have spent in customer service domain. So this topic is very dear to me. And I would also like to introduce to Shailesh Kalekar, who is the co-author, my colleague and incidentally my boss as well. So I'm Shailesh Kalekar, and I'm the SBU head for strategic engagement customers and all. So we both are So, have you heard of anyone heard of attractiveness testing as yet? Okay, any guesses what it might be? User experience. Okay. User interface. Okay.
User experience.
User experience. Okay. So quite close and not quite yet there, and that's this whole paper is all about. Where we are today and what we need to do going forward, how the systems are shaping up going forward in the future. So this is little periodic table of software testing. Not all elements are there depicted here, but it will turn out to be quite big, and we are just trying to add another element, a derived one, not a basic element, those who have studied periodic table. So what's happening today? So we have a lot of, some of you said customer experience, a lot of you said user experience, UI. So what's happening today is that in the last decade, having a software system was good enough. Or if you look at in the web system, in early 2000, some organization had a website that was good enough. Then what happened? Slowly there were features started turning up on the website. Then the differentiator became that who has more features to offer, which organization has more functionality to offer, and that was helping us to take a decision. But that differentiation is going away slowly. Everybody, pretty much every organization and its competitors have similar value proposition in terms of functionality, features in the software they have. So that differentiation is going away, and we just trying to put an analogy from our simple life here. Okay, right here. So how many of you face this dilemma? Going to a supermarket, trying to buy a small thing like a water bottle.
I face.
Done. Everybody would have done it. No, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. And still not able to find out which one to buy. And you have all the specs before you. You know which material it is made up of. Is it food grade material or not? What kind of zipper head it has, or what is the capacity? And you'll find tens of brands, good reputed brands offering similar type of bottle. And that, as an average user of water bottle, puts you in a big dilemma: which one to buy? So what happens? What influences our decision? Anyone? Whichever looks attractive, right? All things being same, the attractiveness is something that brings a difference. So we were discussing it last maybe 7-8 months because we have a strong focus on testing around customer experience. So for working with several customers, we realized that there is literally almost no differentiator. You can pull out business process of one bank and literally use it for other bank, it would be all the same. So what will make customers stay for your product and not go to the another one? So we believe that it is attractiveness that will make a difference there. Attractiveness will influence your decision to bank with a certain bank or to use a particular e-commerce site the same manner as it influences your decision to buy a small water bottle. Okay, so incidentally, there is a ISO, ISO standard also for attractiveness, which says that it's a capability of software product to attract the users. I'm pretty sure no one would have heard of this.
Yeah.
So let's see, what is attractiveness, right? It is very difficult to, it's a kind of subjective thing. It is very difficult to, put it in a certain boundary, but we have tried to do it, especially in the software parlance. So I'll just go back. So customer experience, user experience, and user interface, those three things I heard. Anything else anyone can think of? Look and feel, I think UI. Sorry. Uniqueness, okay. Easy to use. Sorry. Wow effect, okay, excellent. So I don't know whether I can't see it, it's not readable here, but some are the usual suspect, right? Usable, customer experience, usability. Then we thought of two other aspects, which may be new name, but in some sense you might have done that testing in some shape or form. But we tried to humanize that. So one is vanity aspect. How would the software appears? Now I will detail out what we mean by vanity. Then, is your software product has an empathy towards user? And again, I will detail that out. And stickiness. So it is not good enough to acquire the customer, once. It is very important that a software product can retain the customer throughout, throughout the customer journey, or until the software product has its life, right? So these are 3-4 things which we think that are beyond customer experience or usability aspect, which must be brought into focus now going forward, so as to be able to differentiate the product. So I'll just briefly touch upon a couple of those things from each of the buckets. So first and foremost, I think the differentiator is we all look for ease of use, right? If it's not easy to use, then possibly I'll leave midway. You take an example of Amazon. If you log in and give your laptop to an 8-year-old, they can order a book, right? Until of course the wallet part comes, then the kid will look at the mom, but otherwise one can order that. So ease of use, navigation, very critical aspects. But most organizations have, at least thought about it. If they have not mastered it, but they are thinking about it. Last mile performance. Any guesses what it might be? Anyone? So what happens, right, in most of the time, the way we test things, right, we test products with an ability to perform in the standard conditions, right? And most of the times, we would not look for the conditions that are not uncommon, but are kind of negative paths, right? Not really negative path, but negative situations. So I travel in an elevator carrying a mobile, and suddenly I lose the network. Do I lose the context? Do I lose the entire effort that I have put in the transaction so far? So those kind of testings that needs to be done. So is our test strategy good enough to handle all those scenarios? Or intuitiveness. Intuitiveness very critical, right? Sometimes we go on a try to perform a transaction on some software and realize that despite of us being IT professional, it's very difficult to figure out what to do next. Anyone use ICC Direct by any chance? Okay. So that was my favorite example, but looks like not too many users here for that. So then going to stickiness. This is very important because you can attract the customer, acquire them, but to have them, they're your customer as forever, you have to have some sort of a sequence built into your software product. So, lot of things, multivariance. Are you able to vary your, are you able to vary your software product to in such a manner that you understand customer sensitivity and present the next screens or the next transactions or next look and feel based on how sensitive they were to the previous change. Excitement drivers. So, is your product good enough for getting the customers for the reasons that are not directly related to your business? A very good example and simple one would be having quick info results on a newspaper website. How many times now we go to ESPN or quick info to see the result, right? It's just a news site that does the job. So there are so we need to make sure when we develop this strategy that does the software product have enough excitement drivers? It could be contests, it could be giveaways, it could be having information that is very relevant to that point in time. Social presence. Any views on that? Anyone has? Having our foreign minister on Twitter, building the image for Ministry of Foreign Affairs, right? So those kind of things. I mean, then talk about empathy. I would want to ask this question. Anyone want to take a shot on empathy? Why we have to have testing that test the empathy of the software? Okay. Sorry? Right, but why? Why and how? You can take a shot on that also.
Because we are mostly onto the software. We are just thinking about the bugs and everything. We are not thinking about the emotions of the users, what they might feel.
Right, exactly. So, see, most of the, in today's and tomorrow's digital world, what we are doing why we are using software products? We are most likely, almost always, we are replacing or substituting a human interaction with a software. Now, you want to bring your software interaction to a level that the human interaction used to be. Now, you can't exactly make it that way, but you can bring up to that, to somewhat closer. So, what happens when I interact with a human being? That human being sitting next to me, who is helping me open a bank account, is actually very forgiving. If I make a mistake, it will actually let me correct it without going through the whole 15-minute process that has passed. So is your software is forgiving in that sense? Is that ability to heal? Or if I need some help, I am not able to find out some terms and conditions or some rules based on which I have to fill the form. So human being can help me. But in software, it's not possible unless you consciously try to do it. And how do you do it? You need to have help all the way, all the time. So at any point in time, at any point of transaction, you need to have a help. So now, all these are concerns that BA would have, right? But going forward, we believe that QA has to evolve with business assurance, who have to think about all these things. If a business analyst, if a customer or a user that has given the requirement haven't thought about it, we have to think as a QA engineers. So now the bell has done, so I'll go a little fast. Contemporary design. Do you think that is an important thing?
Yes.
You take up some government sites and you don't feel like going there ever again, right?
Right.
And then you have those fancy interfaces. If you just log into a private bank, so those are things. So unless you have a contemporary design, it's a very important point, because what you design as a contemporary design today may no longer be true tomorrow until you keep on refreshing it, you keep on changing your design. When your system comes up to life and users start using it, you may realize that it's already old. Right? So there also we have a very important role to play to make sure that the software that is being developed is actually has a contemporary design. Then of course, for being attractive, the most important thing is that it is visible. The way water bottle is more visible, which is on the shelf at your eye level, the same way your software should be visible in many cells. It could be search engine optimization, or it could be placement on the your Play Store or iOS store, or it could be as simple as a color of icon on the mobile for the app that you have. Right? Sometimes you might have noticed some of the app you will always have to search for the icon because you will not be prominent in the first scope. So again, this is absolutely not an exhaustive list. It is not even, maybe 25% of the exhaustive list. But what we need to do is we have to think in these aspects, and we have to see whether the product that is going out is attractive or not. We touched upon it, but I'll just very quickly go through it. That there is a value life cycle, right? We attract a customer, acquire it, satisfy, and then we try them to convert to a promoter so that they become our brand ambassador and bring more customers on board. And finally, and that might be a nirvana stage, that we involve them, that they also contribute. So as an example, if you go to Amazon, you can see some of the customers writing answers which prospective or potential buyers are asking. Right? This is a simple example of customer getting involved. So attractiveness has to be maintained throughout that cycle. You just cannot be that I am visible, my software product is visible, so this is good enough, it's attractive. No, it has to be visible throughout the life cycle. Now what we do today, whatever name, the 2-3 testings we talked about, customer experience, UI and all, they pretty much fall into the acquire and satisfy state. The empathy aspect or the stickiness aspect will convert your customer to a promoter and eventually involve them. So finally, what do we do, right, to develop a test strategy around the attractiveness testing? We have to ask few questions to ourselves. The answer will give you a right strategy for your organization, for your context. So I will not go through the questions, but ultimately you have to develop a strategy that is fit for your user demography, user geography, the business that you do, and then you will have a different answer possibly from mine or anyone next to you. So in the SDLC, where do we do the attractiveness testing? This is before you, but I will still ask that question. When do we do the attractiveness testing? You can read it and
Design.
okay, design. Okay. Well, we do it throughout. That's the thing, right? Because the strategy that you have built in June will most likely be stale by November. Right. So from at the design time, you do you sit with 20 people, including user, depending on how you are interacting with users. You do a very small crowd test, private crowd test. Then you get into development. A lot of people, you can expand your crowd to entire organization. And then when you go live, you take the feedback, continuous feedback from users, from the social channels, or you may have ways within your software product to get that feedback. But it has to be a continuous product. And this is not enough. You have to have industry benchmarks coming into it. So unlike the other testing strategies, this requires a more frequent change, more frequent updates than let's say for your NFT. Okay, last slide. not exactly follow your organization's, that particular product may have a different user base, and then and may not be the right representative of your entire organization's user base or geography or demography. So you have to have it at two levels, at an organization level and your product level. And of course, product will inherit some strategy attributes from the organization strategy. So what we do today, like the answers we got in the beginning, we do it in bits and pieces. What we need to do, and it is often discretionary. And when somebody talked about in morning that we have the crunch time and what happens with testing. Within testing, this happens with the user experience testing or UI testing. People say, oh, leave it. At least the product is working. But going forward, this is going to be the way that we cannot leave it, to the chance, or we think that we can do it later or in the next release. We have to have focused and non-discretionary approach towards attractiveness. I think this is about it. The bell has also rung. So if somebody has a question, ask.
My product owner or release manager about this idea. So they are always ready to shut down such things.
So there are n number of reports, and actually I wanted to quote it, but didn't get a chance. But there are n number of studies by Gartner, Forrester, that what is the decision making on the software products by user, what influences that. Customer experience, one of the studies by Gartner said that 89% users will take a call based on the customer experience they get from the software. So I think you will do a little research and you will find there are lots of studies. In one of the studies, CEO of Mercedes-Benz in Europe, he talked about the importance of customer experience and how they distinguish themselves from their peers in BMW or Audi or similar peers. What they try to do to make a difference, because the products are almost identical, except for the design part, but functionally and their quality, they are identical.
So some of it is like, they go beyond software. We talk about attractiveness testing, right? So they go beyond the IT division department of an organization. So we need to really work with the business owners of the product.
Why do we say we want to have a contemporary design? We actually want to have a differentiator from our competitors. It's not that we want to be more attractive than others.
So let me put it this way: contemporary is the basic minimum. You may absolutely I would want to lead, but so the point was that you can't be old. So the point you put here was that contemporary, at least you are contemporary, if not forward. Okay. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Renu ma'am, can I request you to please tell us